Hey class. So yesterday we talked a bit about eagles and eaglets and how those baby eaglets are like their parents, the eagles. So we started a story and then you finished it. We created a tree map together, pulling those key details from the story that proved and showed what the main idea was of that story. What was the main idea? What did we figure out? What was the main most important good stuff that we were meant to take away from our story? All about eaglets and how they grew up to become eagles. So we kind of learned the life cycle in a sense, the life of an eagle, how it starts out. How were those baby eaglets born? Do you remember? Do they start out in eggs? They do. They start out in eggs and then they had to hatch from the egg. And then those parents had to help those eaglets to survive. And they did a lot of things for them. So we learned and we talked about that. We focused on figuring out the key details to support our main idea of the story. We're going to do the same thing today. So we're going to read about another animal. We're learning so much good stuff about these animals. And we're going to do that same thing. We're going to use our clues like the title, like pictures, any sort of graph or chart, or all those really good text features in our books. And we're going to pull those details and figure out what the story's mainly about. Let's find out those main ideas. Who remembers our essential question? Say it out loud if you know the essential question. Ready, go. Do you know it? Did you say it out loud? I hope you did. Our essential question is, how are offspring like their parents? How are we like the grown-ups in our house? That's our essential question. We're going to keep looking at it today. All right, so I'm going to read you a brand new story. I'm going to read you a couple pages. We're going to pull out and see if we can figure out what the main idea is, and we're going to get some key details on our tree map. Okay, I'll start it and you will do it on your own and add some more details. All right, so this story is called Baby Bears. That's the title, Baby Bears. Right away, let's make a prediction. What do you think this story is going to be all about? I bet you're right. Baby bears are bears in some sort of way. Let's start reading and see if we can answer our essential question. How are these offspring like their parents? And also, let's figure out if we can pinpoint the main idea. What about the baby bears? What is so important about these baby bears? All righty, listen up. It's called Baby Bears. It's by Bobby Kalman. All right, let's get reading. Here's the main page, and there is a cutie right there. Baby bears. What is a bear? It says. Bears are animals called mammals. Mammals have hair or fur on their bodies. Let's make a guess. Do you know? Are we mammals? Do you have hair on your head or on your arm? That is one really good clue that lets you know if you are a mammal or not. You are a mammal. So is a bear. Bears are covered with fur. Mammals are born. You were born too. You are a mammal. Nice job. Did you predict that? All right, so baby bears are called cubs. Can you say that? Cubs. Cubs are born with their eyes shut. Their eyes open when they're about 6 weeks old. This brown bear cub was just born, and he has very little fur at first. Have you ever seen a brand new baby? Maybe you have a brother or a sister at home, and when your parents or your grown-up at home brought the baby, maybe you have a cousin that was so little, they come home and sometimes they have very little hair. They almost look bald. It takes some time for it to grow. Even though they're bald to begin with, they're still a mammal if they were born and you didn't come out of an egg. All right, so then there's another picture, and it's of polar bears. And the polar bears are nursing. So they're drinking milk from the mother bear. Mammal mothers make milk inside of their bodies, and the mammal's babies nurse from their mothers. To nurse means to drink the mother's milk. Here's a picture. Our bodies are so amazing that they can create milk for our babies. Kinds of bears. There are 8 kinds of bears. How many kinds of bears are there? 8. Good job. The bears shown on this page are the American black bear, a brown bear, and a polar bear. These bears all live in North America. I'm going to show you them. Very good. So far, let's do a quick little check-in and see how we're doing so far. Based on our clues, on our title, okay, it's called Baby Bears, okay, and our pictures so far, those are our clues. What do we think this story is about? What is the main idea? What is the main thing that the author is trying to teach us all about? Say it if you know it, and we're going to write it onto our tree map today. You can pause the video if you need to write your tree map, but otherwise, let's write it and fill it in together. All about bears and baby bears, okay? Bears and baby bears. All right, so I would like you to think back just to even that first page. What are some of the information, those key details that stuck out to us? What were some of those first things that we learned about baby bears? What is it right away? What pops into your head? Are they born from an egg like the eagles and the eaglets? Or are they born like us? Hey, bears are born. They're born and they are mammals. Let's add that to our chart. Bears are mammals and they are born. Let's fill in this chart. I'd like you to continue to read a couple more pages and add to this chart those key details. The next thing they told us is a baby bear has a specific name. It's a special name for a baby bear. That is your hint for another key detail. Fill in this chart, fill in a couple more from the next bits of reading that you do, and send me a picture in Dojo, please. I look forward to seeing your work. You're doing such a great job with your thinking maps and finding these main topics in these wonderful stories. I look forward to it. Let me know if you have any questions at all, all right? Have a beautiful day. Bye.